the feathered cloak and helmet of Hawaii's past will stay here for good. For more on its history and journey back home, here's Kamakapili.
The ancient cultural objects left the islands hundreds of years ago. After spending more than a century in New Zealand, they found their way back home and now they're here for good. In March of 2016, the ʻAhuʻula, or feathered cloak, and mahiole, or feathered helmet, were returned to Hawaii on a long-term loan basis from the Museum of New Zealand, Te Papa Tongarewa. These now are officially under the ownership of Bishop Museum.
You know, it's really through the vision and leadership of folks at Te Papa to do this. Caring for these materials in perpetuity, really for the people of Hawaii, something that is not just an honor, but it's, I think there's a feeling of just complete, overwhelming joy.
The ʻAhuʻula and mahiole once belonged to the ruling chief of Hawaiʻi Island, Kalaniʻōpuʻu, who gifted the feathered objects to Captain Cook upon his initial arrival to the shores of Kona in 1779. The chiefly regalia made it back to England, where it passed through many hands of collectors and museums over generations, before ending up in those of the Dominion Museum of New Zealand, the predecessor of Te Papa.
The more you know about it, the more you get back from it. And I think you can go back over and over and over again and ask new questions. And I hope that's what people will do, and find that, build a relationship with it.
Imagine, the cloak alone needed feathers of 20,000 birds to be made, along with intricate labor and craftsmanship. These were reserved for those of high rank in old Hawaii.
For us as well, perpetuating these relationships and building these relationships between people and places and institutions and cultures, and between past, present, and future. We're not about the past. We're really only about the future. It's why we exist.
These literal pieces of Hawaii history remain on display in the Hawaiian Hall of the Bishop Museum, which is open to the public but with social distancing restrictions. Be sure to check out their website for all the information, bishopmuseum.org. Kamakapili with KHON2 News, working for Hawaii.